Hello, Walk the Moon family. Hey, y'all. Sean and Eli and I have a message for you. And there's a lot we want to say, so we've prepared some of this here to share directly from our hearts. We are announcing our hibernation. The time has come for us to take a good long break from touring and making records together. When we do reconvene, that will be a glorious day. And the truth is, we don't know when that's going to be. As we share this announcement with you, we are filled with love, gratitude, appreciation, and some heartache contemplating just how many shows we've played together, how many miles we've traveled, how many of our dreams have literally come true, how our lives have transformed, how in this time we've grown up together as brothers and artists, as human beings, and with so many of you. This summer will mark 18 years since I started the band that would change its name to Walk the Moon. Half my life ago. For half of my life, this band has been the main focus of my creative love and energy. It makes it well over a decade since Sean and Eli were the new guys and devoted themselves to the cause. And the same is true for each of us. Nothing else on earth has received more hours of our love and attention than this indie alt pop rock and roll band. Though Eli's baby boy Sam is quickly catching up. All that to say, it is an enormous act of love to carefully lift something like this from the center of our lives and place it gently to the side, out of focus, and let it rest for a moment. It's a choice we make powerfully to follow our truth, to make space for new creations, for family, to serve our well-being, and in the long run, even serve the well-being of Walk the Moon. Like hibernation. To hopefully come back one day stronger than before. And honestly, it's a choice that's been bringing forth deep emotions for all of us. I'm surrounded right now by all this beautiful stuff, your letters and your art. And this is just a tiny fraction of what we've received over the years. We've kept a lot of it because these pieces of paper feel special. They're sacred. These are artifacts. They're evidence that our music has made a real life impact on you, that it mattered to you enough to write this, or make this, or get it tattooed on your skin. These might be the deepest affirmations that we can receive as artists, and it makes us feel like we have a reason to be here, that it's important that we're here and that we do what we do. It fills us with a deep sense of purpose. And the three of us want to thank you deeply for that. You should know there's a big web of hardworking human beings who have dedicated their time and energy and heart to make all of this possible, and to do it while staying sort of invisible in the process. So our touring crews, music and sonic collaborators, agents, attorneys, label peeps, anyone who's been one of our teammates, especially our manager, Michael, and his team. I invite everybody who's watching this video, who's got love for us, to send those humans some gratitude right now. And lastly, I want to thank my bandmates. I want to thank Sean. I want to thank Sean for standing out amongst all the drummers I've ever played with. Always the most musical, nuanced, creative drummer with whom to build these musical worlds and break them down again and reconstruct them. For playing his ass off at every show, taking the toll on his body, always hanging tough, constantly soldiering through the most physically demanding job on the tour. For bringing the humor and keeping it weird and silly, which is something we've needed desperately sometimes. For always having the idea that nobody else thought of. for being an inspiration on his personal journey that's inspired me as a man. And I want to thank Eli. I want to thank Eli for leaving his own band 12 and a half years ago to join ours, for being the most overqualified guitarist possible, and also somehow just the right musician for this job, for his tenacity and determination, for keeping us focused in times when we'd veer off track, for his devotion to the fans. Behind the scenes, he's always been such a champion for the culture and well-being of the fans, for being a powerful and sometimes challenging mirror for me to help me learn deeper compassion and understanding, for countless hours on countless songwriting trips together, digging for gold to bring back to the band, to fashion into something Walk the Moon would share with the world. And for being the man with whom, whenever he picks up a guitar and plays, I'm inspired to write a song. And in the words of Snoop Dogg, I want to thank myself. Mostly, I want to thank myself for the moment in 2009 when all the other members had left and I was a band of one when my dad was getting sick and I was at the bottom of the darkest corner of my life, and I could have just let Walk the Moon die and disappear. And instead, I made the choice to keep going. From that point forward, Walk the Moon. From that point forward, Walk the Moon has been the greatest gift to me. This vehicle through which my pain and joy and memories and experiences have been transmitted. Y'all. Have been transmitted to millions of other human beings in this magical way that gets their bodies, hearts, brains, minds, souls moving. Each of us has poured ourselves into this music and these shows. And the fact that any one of you has gotten something good and nourishing and nutritious out of that gives us life. So, a few matters of moon business as we enter hibernation. 1, we didn't get to take our 10th anniversary tour to all the cities and countries we wanted to. So, we will be live streaming our final show of the tour to share with everyone. Details to come. 2, we have some new music for you. Something to celebrate our time together and the road ahead. So stay tuned for that. 3, over the next few weeks, we're going to be sharing some art clips, stories about these last many years. Follow along and please feel free to share your own stories so that we can repost. Tag us. Gotta tag us so we can repost. 4, over the coming months, we may have a handful of shows remaining on the calendar. So get involved. We would love to see you. We want to see you and celebrate with you. And 5, looking towards the future, we may occasionally pop back up on here to share an update or direct your attention to something exciting one of us is up to. For example, I know Eli has a new musical collaboration in the works, and I'm creating a solo project universe. So keep your ears perked. Meantime, follow Sean, follow Eli, follow me on our personal accounts. They're in the bio. The last thing we want to leave you with is a dedication we wrote in the liner notes of our 10th anniversary LP. It's right here, and it says this. Walk the Moon is a universe that invites everybody to play along. Play full out. Play all in. It's a place where everyone is welcome, and participation is everything. And more than that, Walk the Moon has always been and forever will be what you make of it. Walk the Moon is your block party and your secret sanctuary. It exists because you are there to listen to it, Feel it. Create the life of your choosing with it humming in the background. For whatever reason, we were the ones chosen to bring Walk the Moon into this world. For over a decade now, this band has been our life, our livelihood, our vehicle by which we have traveled the globe, shared our music with thousands on thousands of human beings, and somehow managed to reach you who are holding this record in your hand or watching this video right now. So, with all the love in our multicolored hearts, thank you for whatever you've done to make this music what it is. If you've been one of our teammates behind the scenes, if you've known us since before we could talk, if you've been to 100 shows with paint on your face, or if you're just listening to us for the first time, thank you. You matter to us. You matter more than you know. Play on, Nicholas, Sean, and Eli. We love you. See you soon.